started as an agent, ALC, became a productivity coach, team leader, trainer. And 2 years ago, in March of 2012, my 27-year-old son, who had been a star athlete, Division I athlete, played professional baseball in Europe, came home, got a great job, was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And the day he was diagnosed, as any leader, inspirer, mentor, captain does, he told us we were not looking back, we were going to look forward, that this was an opportunity that our family had been given to change the world. And he set the vision. He said, we're going to, this disease is misunderstood, it's underfunded, and we need to do something about it. So our family has chosen to wake up every morning and be positive, proactive, and work on Pete's vision.
You know, one of the reasons that you and I are talking, Nancy, hang on just a second. Can I get somebody to start my clock? Thank you. One of the reasons you and I are visiting is because we also set a vision this past 6 months for kind of an offshoot of KW Care, it's called KW Kids Care. And we're working to organize that, but in going through that, I realized that people had a misconception of the word kid. Because when you use the word kid, people think of a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old. And we did our first class for just KW Kids for Quantum Leap just about a month or so ago. And I had phone calls where people said, well, what age is a kid? And I said, if you're a kid of someone in KW, you're a kid. They said, well, is that 30? I said, it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years. It doesn't matter if you're a kid. And so when I was challenged to do my ice bucket challenge for Pete, and I was already aware of all of that, but no one challenged me for a while. Now I got challenged over 100 some people. I realized that Pete is a KW kid, and that what we're trying to do with KW Kids Care is actually help Pete, or as many Petes as we can in this country, right? There's a video. Can we play the video real quick? Do I say play the video and you play it?
This starts with one challenge.
I am doing this in honor of Pete Frates.
With one name.
Frates is swinging the bat today with an awful lot of confidence.
As a hard-charging outfielder, Pete Frates was the team captain at Boston College in 2007.
It's a great swing home run for Pete Frates.
4 years after graduating, Frates was playing in a men's league in Boston in 2011 when he sensed something was wrong with his body. In March of 2012, after months of guessing, a neurologist delivered the news.
And he looked straight at Pete and he said, honestly, I don't know how to tell a 27-year-old this. Pete, I believe you have ALS. I just started screaming, oh my God, my son's gonna die.
It's hard to just watch someone you love so much just, you know, their body is just failing and there's really nothing I can do about it. There's nothing the doctors can do.
Two and a half years after the diagnosis, he requires a full-time nurse for most daily activities. He uses a feeding tube to eat. He speaks through the use of a computer. So, how did one man with one fight become the center of a social movement? Last month, one of Pete's friends introduced the Ice Bucket Challenge, where people are asked to dump a bucket of ice water over their heads and post the moment on social media. The point? To raise awareness and funds for a given charity. He couldn't do it himself, but he could ask others to do it for his charity and his cause, ALS.
This is all to raise awareness for ALS and Pete Frates.
Suddenly, athletes all over Boston were doing it.
To support ALS and my friend Pete Frates.
Then, athletes across the country.
Hi, I'm Sidney Crosby, and I accept Ice Bucket Challenge in support of all those with ALS, especially Pete Frates.
Then, teens.
All right, JT here.
Celebrities.
Over the head.
Families. Everyone. Pete Frates and those who love him know the challenge goes on. But thanks to him, now, so many others know it, too.
Something very specific, and that is how we can help people. And there's two things that we can do as an organization. One is we can all buck up and re-challenge ourselves to go do the Ice Bucket Challenge again.
Absolutely.
Right? When you think about the one thing that your family wants right now is it really wants Pete to be cured. The fastest way to do that was to create a movement to raise enough money to speed that up. Having other money-raising ideas is done. There's only one, and this is it. And you've raised for ALS with this Ice Bucket Challenge, how much money in what period of time?
So our team crate training was first challenge on July 27th, and to date, the ALS Association, the National Association, has raised $125 million. That is but the best part of the whole thing is once the momentum started and the money started coming in, we kind of put it out there. Find an ALS charity that's doing good work in your community, or if you want a research company, but just make the awareness. And so we know that every ALS organization, their boat has risen.
It's risen as well.
Yeah, and so now it's global. So
how much money do you think you can raise here by the end of the year?
In the United States?
No, just in the world.
Oh, in the world, we think by year end it might be $500 million. Wow.
So, two things. One is the reason why. Are you showing me again? The reason why we started Keller Kids Care is to focus on the kids, to focus on our family, on the children that matter most to us, and Pete matters to us. And there's two things that in the audience you can do. Number one is you can go read. If you haven't done an Ice Bucket Challenge, then you need to go home and do that, right? Can we show mine? I had to do one. So if I have to do it, you have to do it. So, Barry Keller. Yeah, I'm working out the Ice Bucket Challenge. Been really pumping my pecs. It's hard. But I think I'm ready for the challenge. One more. Then of course I had to challenge my son, who was sitting there in our gym watching me. So we have to play that.
So, John, woke up in this pool about 10 minutes ago, noon. Laura Hill nominated me for this ice bucket thing like 9.5 days ago. Not really into it. Don't know if I'm ever going to be into it. Don't need $100, so really have to be into it. Hope Scott and Worthington are into it. If they're not,
donate money.
He's into it.
He's into it.
There's only one thing you need to do, gang. We need to help them get to $500 million by the end of the year. And you only have to do one thing, and that is go do it again. Do it and challenge people to do it.
Absolutely.
So you know what my one thing today, Nancy, was to do is I now just challenged everybody here,
Great.
and I know who registered, so we're going to track it. So my challenge to you is the same as, and if you've done it, do it again. And in the next week, do it. Just go home and do it. And go get someone to get your iPhone and take a picture and do that. And we'll help you get there. The other thing you can do, the second thing is you can get behind our pledge drive to raise $1 million for Kennedy Kids Care. Every day there is a child that is a member of our Keller family who is challenged. Either A, they were struck by illness, or B, they have a vision for their life that financially they can't support. And all we're trying to do is bring awareness and focus to that. And the singular thing I want you to do for that is I want you to buy these CDs and get your friends to buy these CDs, and let's see if we can raise that money as well. All right?
Great.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, KW.